Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, Amy, and today I'm dressed like a lifeguard. I got this shirt at Family Dollar in 2019. The story goes, my mom and I were in line to check out at Family Dollar in town here, and then there was a lady in front of us. She was checking out, and she turned to us and she showed me the shirt that I'm wearing, and she says, I was going to buy this shirt, but I changed my mind on it, and she asked me and my mom if one of us wanted it, so I looked at it and I was like, yeah, it's cute, I'll take it. So I have had it ever since, and I always feel like it's what a lifeguard wears. So in keeping with the theme of my outfit, I decided I would come to you with some tips and ideas on how to have fun in your swimming pool. I don't have a swimming pool anymore, but when I was a kid and a teenager, I had a pool. It was one of those pools that we would put up every year before summer started, and then we would take it down before fall began. And it was a lot of fun. I don't know how to swim. I mean, I've never taken swimming lessons. However, this pool was about 5 feet deep, and I showed myself enough swimming on how to get by. My brother, he took a few swimming lessons when he was a little kid, but he only took them when he was a kid, and he didn't take all of the lessons, so he didn't really know how to swim either. So, but don't do what I did. I mean, if you get a swimming pool, I think you should take time to learn how to swim properly. But I show myself enough swimming on how to get by and not drown. And I have a funny story for you. So, when we had our swimming pool, we had a bunch of pool toys. I felt like every year I got different pool toys. One year I had all strawberry shortcake pool toys, and then there's one year I had a bunch of Care Bear pool toys. But this one time, my brother and I, we had a ball. It wasn't a beach ball, but we were playing with it in the pool, like beach volleyball or something in the pool, or pool volleyball, I guess you would call it. And we were bouncing but we were throwing the ball back and forth, and then the ball bounced out of the pool, and then it bounced back in on its own. It was like, oh, that's so cool. That will never happen again. Yeah, it was a funny story. A fun time. And yeah, comment down below what kind of pool toys you like the best. I always liked beach balls the best, but I also liked those, those, I don't know what you call them, but they're not really surfboards, but they're kind of short boards that you lean up against it in the pool, and then you use it to kick. I mean, you use it to support your body, so your body's on top of the water, but then you use your feet to kick with the, I don't know what they call them, but those are fun. But I remember when I was a kid, I didn't have it myself, but one of my friends had it. There was a version of Uno that you could play in a swimming pool. And on one hand, I was like, when I go swimming in my pool, I don't think I'll be playing Uno, but I liked the cards because they were really flexible. I mean, they shuffled really well. I mean, you couldn't break them or anything or bend them. Like, I mean, you could bend them. When I say that, you couldn't, when I say you couldn't bend them, you can bend them, but like what I mean was like you couldn't bend it so far where they would get like ruined. I don't know the word for it. Like they couldn't be ruined from it. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway. I have 2 books I'm going to read for you. One has swimming pool game ideas, and that book's called Friendship Fun Forever. I always get these words mixed up. This is from 2000, and it was one of those books. I believe it's a book from one of the Scholastic book fairs, or one of those little flyers that you would get at school, and you would circle the book that you would want from them. But I found this book in 2014 at a thrift store, and I remember I saw it one week, and I just saw it, and I didn't really think much of it. And then I went home, I was like, probably should have purchased that book. So I was lucky, and I went back the next week, and they still had it. So I have a few ideas in this book that are regarding fun ideas for the swimming pool. But basically in this book, it has different ideas for different times of the year and different scenarios in order to have fun with your friends. Like there's craft ideas, there's cooking ideas. There's even ideas on how to make money. There's games in here that revolve around sports and others that do not. But since we're talking about swimming and swimming pools today, I figured this would be a fun idea to read to you. So, okay, so we're going to get right into it. Pool fun. When you really need relief from the heat, there's no better place to be than in a pool. Here are a few ideas for pool time fun with your pals. Be sure that you are a very good swimmer to play these games. T-shirt relays. You'll need to have at least 4 girls to play this game, as well as a few t-shirts you won't mind having in the pool. Select teams consisting of 2 girls each, and then have the first girl on each team put on a t-shirt over her swimsuit. The second girl on the team should wait at the opposite end of the pool, have someone yell "go," and the race begins. The first girl must swim to the other end, then take off the t-shirts and give them to her teammates. Then it's up to the teammates to put on the t-shirts and swim back to the starting line. The team that finishes first wins. Capture the watermelon. For this game, you'll need a watermelon that's not too heavy and a tub of petroleum jelly, such as Vaseline. Rub the outside of the watermelon with petroleum jelly, then place it on the bottom of the pool near the shallow end. Beware, the watermelon will be mighty hard to hold onto. When you and your friends are ready, jump into the pool and see who can get the super slippery watermelon out of the pool first. Underwater tea party. Don't worry, you won't need to bring your mom's favorite teacups into the pool with you for this party. The only thing you'll be holding underwater is your breath. Go underwater with your friends and begin your tea party by pretending to pour each of your pals a cup of tea. Once the make-believe tea has been served, pretend to pick up your cups and sip your tea. See how long you can stay underwater before you either lose your breath or float to the top. Keep on trying until you're able to create the perfect tea party underwater. That's one of them you'd really have to be good at swimming, though, so I wouldn't attempt that if you're not a super strong swimmer. Or the one before that, really, either. The Capture the Watermelon game. But okay, anyway. Back to the story. Marble pickup. Remember those little blow-up pools you played in when you were very young? Well, you can still have fun in one now that you're older. Here's how. What you need. Small inflatable pool, marbles, small pail or bucket for each girl. What you do. Blow up the pool and fill it with water. Drop the marbles into the pool. Have everyone sit around the pool with just their feet in it and their buckets next to them. The object of the game is to get as many marbles as you can from the bottom of the pool into your bucket, using only your feet and toes to get them out. The girl who collects the most marbles in her bucket wins. Alright, so... Actually, let me show you these ideas in case you're interested in doing them. Alright, I'll put that one on for a second. Okay, and here's that page. This one. You might have heard this tip, however, and it's a tip that they use with mainly, I mean, I've mainly seen it for little kids when they go swimming, whether it be in a pool, at a beach, or in a lake, or whatever. And again, I've only seen it really apply, or given to parents of young children, but really I think anyone could benefit from this. When you go swimming, make sure that you wear a bathing suit that's not blue, and I've heard also not white or really no really bright colors, unless it's like a neon yellow or green or something like that. And really, I don't know about yellow so much, but the reason why is, and again, this was mainly a tip I've heard parents give to other parents, is that if your kid's in the water and they're wearing a blue suit or a white suit or something like that, if God forbid they start to go under, you might not see your child as you're sinking down. So it's probably a good idea to wear a suit that's like a different color. And I'm not a parent, that's just something I've heard, and yeah. And I think it could apply for anybody, not just parents, or not just young children, but adults too, or strong swimmers, you know, just whatever. Alright, so I've read from this book before, but I figured I'd show you a few ideas. These are not swimming pool ideas, but it's from Celebrate, by the way. Alright, so these are not really swimming pool ideas, but they are water-based games and ideas, so I figured I'd read them to you anyway in case you don't have a swimming pool and there's no YMCA around where you're at or a public pool. See, where I live, we don't have a YMCA in this town, but there's one a few towns away, and I've never been to the YMCA. I don't really know of any community pools around here other than the pool at the YMCA, but I'm not a member at the YMCA, so I don't go swimming there or anything. But just in case you want to get wet and you have no access to a pool, I figured I'd read you these ideas. And both of these are books that are meant for kids, but I think as an adult you can still do these ideas and have a lot of fun. Okay, disclaimer over. Okay. And again, this is from Celebrate. Splash. What's there to do on a hot summer day? Invite the gang over and splish splash away. Musical buckets. Fill several large buckets or plastic tubs of water, then play this refreshing version of musical chairs. When the music stops, the person left high and dry without a bucket to dunk in is out. Okay. Alright, can you see it? I wish I had some pool-themed lip balms to show you, but I really don't, unfortunately. And this is kind of a really random video with, like, nothing in it, so I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Rubber duck races. Fill a plastic tub or wading pool with water. Give each girl a squirt gun and a toy duck her other floating water toy. On go, players try to squirt water at their ducks to move them across the pool. The girl whose toy reaches the other side first is a lucky duck. We used to have a pool like that little inflatable pool there. We called it a wading pool. We used to have one. I used to have one as a kid, but then we also got one a few years ago for one of my other dogs. This dog unfortunately has passed away, but we got it for her because that's how we bathed her, and it was a lot easier than putting her in the bathtub. Okay, anyway. Garden hose limbo. How low can you go without getting wet? Have one girl hold a garden hose so that it sprays a steady stream of water about 3 feet off the ground. Take turns limboing under the water. If any part of a player's body touches the water or her hands touch the ground, she's out. When everyone has had a turn, lower the stream of water. Okay. Sorry, I'm not trying to make it go all over the place. Splat. If you don't want your balloon popping, you'd better keep it hopping. Give each player a water balloon and have her write her name on the balloon with a marker. Put the balloons in the middle of a bedsheet and have everyone lift the sheet up, holding on to the edges. The object of the game is to bounce other players' balloons off by shaking the sheet. If a balloon bounces off but doesn't break, throw it back on the sheet. But if your balloon goes splat, you're out. I'm going to show you this first. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Free to read. Okay, and there's that one. Okay, those are all pretty fun ideas. Let me know if you guys try any of those ideas that I've read to you. And let me know if they were fun or not. Well, that was about it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm sorry I didn't have more pool-themed things to show you. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye, guys.